Hey guys, welcome. I know it's been a minute. This happens to me quite often. Life just seems to fly by, and then I realize it's been like a month or so since I've posted anything. So today's going to be an update on how things have been going for us this 7th grade school year. If you're new here, my name is Joanna. I homeschool one child who is 12 years old, 7th grade. And if you've been here before, thanks for coming to spend some time with me again today. I feel a little rusty, even though it's only been about a month or so. Anywho, I'm gonna get started because I don't wanna make this video too long. And this one's just gonna be an update. I'll have some videos coming up soon sharing the resources and items we've really been enjoying in our home, as well as our note taking, which was something we were working on this school year, and it's been going fairly well, and I'd love to share that with you all. I have posted about it in my Instagram, but if you don't follow me there, I'm definitely gonna make sure to have a video here soon on that. All right, so 7th grade, we're probably, our first quarter's done. We're in our second quarter. We're on like week 10 or 11 on history, science, and language arts. Math, I think we're on week 15 or 16 because we tend to do math earlier. We started earlier because sometimes he gets stumped on something and then we'll take longer, which has happened already. Otherwise, I think we'd be a little bit further, but still moving along quite well. So let's see, math. He's doing great, still sticking to Meadow math for grade 7, but we are definitely using the workbooks that I purchased just because a lot of the time he needs extra practice, more practice than is given or available to us through Oak Meadow. Oak Meadow does give you extra worksheets, but it's still not quite enough. It's usually about 1 or 2 per lesson, and not a lot of questions on it. And it's usually 1 worksheet per lesson, unless sometimes the lesson is broken up into certain categories. So each category may have its own extra worksheet, but if not, you really only have the day of the new skill review worksheet to work on it. So sometimes Jam needs a little bit more. So the workbooks that we purchased, we have been using quite a bit. And again, when I share a video on what we've been loving and using, I will share those workbooks with you guys. Hopefully that video will be the next video. And then after that, the note taking, because I really want to share that. All right, so that's pretty much where we're at with math. It's going great. Once he gets a concept down, it's good. History, it's going great. Definitely diving deeper into things that we've learned before. Some things are new, some things aren't. We've just wrapped up Renaissance and exploration, I believe, or we're going into finishing up exploration, and everything's been going great. There's been no issues with it. He's done well with the assignments, with the reading, all of it. So history is going well as geography with history, doing the timeline. All of that is still working well. Using extra resources to read up on it, whether it's a book, the internet, a video, whatever, lots of that. Language arts. Okay, there have been some changes in language arts. We're going to use IEW structure and style level 2A. Well, Jam really did not want to do IEW structure and style again. Like hardcore was like, it's a no for me. So after the first quarter at a homeschool resource center we go to, he decided he was going to take up the language arts course he was taking over the summer again this year. So that's what he's doing for language arts. I don't find it to be comprehensive enough. It is pretty good, and he enjoys the work they give him, but I still think he needs more. So we are still doing the work in Oak Meadows English as well. So he's doing both those things for language arts. And I told him after this quarter, we're going to evaluate what he's done and how he's progressed and see if that's the route we still want to continue. But he was 100% gung-ho, did not want to do structure and style. He enjoyed it when we did it before, but he just did not want to do it again. He said he enjoyed it in the beginning and then it got old quick, but I've kept it just in case things don't work out and it's really what he has to do. But he's not complaining about doing the Oak Meadow assignments. He's not complaining about doing the language arts assignments in his other class. So, and we are still doing grammar through IW Fix It, and we are still doing root words with Caesar's English. So all those things are covered, but that's kind of been the change. We're not doing structure and style as of right now, to be. So that's changed. And then science. Science is going well. It's been so helpful to have organized everything in the beginning of the school year. If you saw our videos when we were organizing or showing the things that we purchased to use this year, you know, I bought a bin to organize all our lab materials, and I purchased all our lab materials ahead of time unless it was something like an orange or something like that. Otherwise, we have everything in our science lab box, and it's amazing. It's not just good for me, it's also great for Jam. It makes him very independent. He knows what materials he needs, and he goes in there, he pulls them out, and we're able to get moving on the lab quickly. There's no like, oh my gosh, we gotta buy this, we gotta buy that. Oh, now it's been 2 weeks since we were supposed to do the lab. Everything's happening when it's supposed to. Once in a blue moon, just because of life, things fall maybe a few days behind, but nothing's been crazy. So it's been really nice to stay on top of science that way. This year's Earth Science, and we have sort of touched upon Earth Science multiple times through his schooling career. So it's just going deeper, and we're really enjoying it. I don't know what else to say. He's really enjoying science, and he's constantly talking about what he's learned. So I think he's enjoying that. We are still doing golf, which will end, I think, towards middle of December, because then it gets too cold out. But he will continue with some indoor lessons that he will also do. His cooking class, he did cooking in the first quarter, and he signed up for cooking in the second quarter, but we had to switch the times. So he signed up for a different cooking class because of the language arts class he was going to take. Lo and behold, the cooking class he signed up for got canceled. It didn't have enough participation to run the class. So that was hard on him, because it is really the class he loves is cooking. So next quarter, we'll work on trying to get him for sure into a cooking class. Until then, we've just kind of been pulling recipes at home and cooking together. But I know he enjoys cooking with his peers, and he loves the teacher he has for his cooking class. So hopefully next quarter, he'll get back into that. And then I'm looking down because I have the list, because I will forget what we're doing. And finally, fencing. He's still doing fencing. He's still loving it. And that's it. We really didn't sign up for too much this year, because last year with the renovations in the home, we signed up for quite a lot, and we really struggled to get through our schooling. I didn't want that this year. It was very stressful for me. It was stressful for Jan. It created an environment that was not enjoyable for school. So I didn't want that this year. I said, if we feel we can take on more, we will. But we're definitely starting with less. He would have had more by adding in this language arts class and still having cooking, but sadly cooking didn't happen. But I think he could have handled it. He seems to be doing really well. He also has his nature class that he does once a week, and that is 5 hours out in nature. So that's pretty much his whole day. But we do get about an hour and a half worth of work done in the morning. And when he gets home, he likes to relax and read. So if he has any assigned readings or just independent reading, that's what he does when he gets home from that class. And I think that's it. I think that's all the classes, curriculum. I'm looking around the schoolroom right now to see if I'm missing something. But that's pretty much it. Things seem to be moving pretty smoothly. He's a tween, and feelings are kind of all over the place. So some days are a little rougher than others. But for the most part, things are moving smoothly. He's doing his work. Like I said, some days it's hard. He wakes up with big emotions, and it takes a little longer to get into our work. I will say it's the mornings. We're struggling a little bit in the mornings, but once he gets going, he does his work wonderfully. It's not an issue. So I don't know what to do. We're trying different things. Maybe, doing slower things in the morning. A lot of just like, let's do a read aloud. Let's sit and talk. let's do an assigned read together, let's paint, something like that to start the morning. But it does then move his work back, which kind of stinks because, you know, he needs those hours. And in 7th grade, his workload is a little bit larger, so he does need that time. He's not a very fast worker. He tends to procrastinate a lot, so he needs that time. But I don't want to argue with him in the morning either. So it's either way, it's not happening in the morning. So I'd rather us do something productive, which is reading, painting, art, something. So that's kind of how that's been going in the mornings. But I mean, overall, I have no complaints. The first quarter has been great. We've gotten all our work in, the amount of assignments he's done, the amount of note taking he's done this year, and just being able to continue with the curriculums that we've purchased and not having to search for anything new, except, like I said, that language arts class. That's been it, but we're still using Oak Meadow English. We just dropped the IAW structure and style. I hope you're all having a great year so far. Let me know how it's going for you. Have your curriculums worked out for you? I know, like, after the first quarter, it's a real good time to reflect. Well, after every quarter, I guess, really, it's a great time to reflect if something's working for you or not. And that's literally what we did. After the first quarter, we sat together. We're like, is this working? Do we like it? It doesn't mean he enjoys everything. He had one of his assigned readers was Catherine Called Birdie, and I've heard wonderful things about this book. We owned the book, and we made it 3/4 of the way, and he just could not. He couldn't finish it, and I wasn't enjoying it as much either. So I felt it was okay to just finish at that point. But for the most part, all the other readers so far, he's really enjoyed. So we decided that everything's working. We don't want to switch anything up that is working for us at the moment. Because sometimes switching it up, you have that whole period where you're just learning how to use this new curriculum or whatever. But this is what is working for him right now. So we've stuck with Oak Meadow. He's got his language arts class outside of the home. He's got his sports and his nature class. And that's pretty much it for us this year. Super simple. We're trying to sort of have a slower, simpler year than we did last year. Schoolroom is all set up this year. So it's really been nice. It's been nice to not be like, where is this? It's still in a box. We got to go find it. Just been, in that sense, it's been really nice. We've had a great start to our school year, and I've got no complaints. And I can't wait to hear how your first quarter, or I don't know, maybe some of you are past your second quarter, depending on when you start, how your school year is going for you. Thanks, guys, for stopping by. I will see you soon, sharing the resources we've really been enjoying this school year and note-taking. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.